Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Quick look here at BONK, seeing what's going on. We're going to check the increased retracement level here and just kind of see what's going on, because last time we talked about this, we had to reverse the fibs to get this coin to essentially show up on how high it's going to go next. So awesome stuff. Congrats to those who are in profit right now. That's fantastic. We're going to talk a little bit about that and just help you understand best practice and, of course, big picture for situations like these. We're going to look at the daily time frame, kind of work our way down, and just recognize that this coin is doing very well. We have a nice little pennant type of pattern here. The price broke out from that little descending wedge there. So again, awesome stuff. Quickly to note, too, if you are new to the channel, not a financial advisor, I do love teaching people to trade. Really hope you can learn something today. If you want to become a better trader, though, truly a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site. I've got a trading academy, community, and signals group where I teach you everything I know about my my trading techniques. Essentially, we have basically some nice profits here too as well for our swing trades. ICP 151, Cardano 74% in 3 days, and then of course Atom 102, Cartesi 70, and OP the day before. Keep in mind these are 5x leverage trades. They're very safe and effective, making sure you don't get wrecked. We've also got scalping bots too that help scalp in our Premium Plus group. What we're scalping Solana, Matic, ETH, and BNB quite frequently. Okay, so again, awesome stuff there. Love that it's working well for our community, and just feel free to consider that if you'd like to jump on over there. Either way, Discord's free. You can check that out too. There's no requirement to be a member. It's just get in there, learn as much as you can. You can be a fly on the wall for all I care. It's just great to be able to have you around. So thanks again to my community for an awesome experience. So moving averages, all well and good. No need to even worry about that. Price action is ascending positively here. We're going to draw out a little bit of a trend line, just kind of get things going, so we kind of pay attention to that. Because again, all these trend lines, they do help us understand short-term or long-term trends. Okay, this, coincidentally, as high as it is actually a long-term trend line, which is really cool. So we're just going to put that as close to accurate as possible. It doesn't have to be exact. Just gives us perspective on what to look for later. Because again, the ascending trends run concurrent typically with moving averages. So it kind of just gives us a quick little perspective on what's going on. So if you ever wonder, why does this guy draw so many lines on the chart? They're usually just key level supports and resistances that do matter in the big picture. Okay, we just paint those for later effectively. Because again, this is somewhat of an artwork, right? You're just continuously adding to your little charts there. It's fun. All right, so we got the stochastic RSI swinging upwards. That's a bullish sign. That's a very good sign. Obviously, it's concurrent with today's price action being up 35%. That's a standard thing when that happens. But either way, money flow index, RSI, all increasing prior to today's price action. It's a very good sign that shows sustainability. We can also recognize on the 4-hour time frame a strong likelihood of the price action being above all moving averages, which they are. And now that we're above the 20, that just kind of tells us that we're in good shape and we should continue this trend until it discontinues. Which people will joke about that a lot, but it's really true. Trend lines will continue until they don't. That's just kind of the bottom line. In fact, we want to draw out some lines too, kind of understand that there are some key levels here that we need to be mindful of. Take a look at this here. Recent high price action couldn't cross this level for about 8 hours. Comes back down, comes up to retest it 3 or 4 times. Inevitably breaks, comes back down to retest it, and closes above and continues higher. Okay, so that reaffirms us for us as 0.5 Fibonacci. The rough estimate of, what is this number? 146,000? 146.5 is the key level that we want to pay attention to. Keep in mind, I post playout charts on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord all the time. So if you don't know what I'm talking about now, the numbers will be easily recognizable later. Okay, so be sure you can check that out if you want. What I'm getting at here, though, is that is a level there about 146, roughly, that we can see some support. Okay, previous resistance turn support is a very common characteristic in trading. Stochastic RSI is swinging down for the first time. We pay attention to the second time. This first one is less impactful, but obviously the price action is pulling back. That's why we're seeing that happen. We're also seeing 70 in the RSI work as a tentative resistance level, and in its history, it loves to just kind of trend really close to 70. So it's keeping a consistent pace here. Money flow index is high, but if the money flow index starts to increase, you'll start to see the price action break out. Okay, so we want to pay attention to that. We can also see that the moving average convergence divergence, MACD, is once again converging. It's a fantastic sign. And then we also can recognize too, for fair value gap and liquidity, previous fair value gap has been filled. So we're good to go there as well. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see a sweep of liquidity because of those levels there at about 162. So that could be a new support. So we can kind of presume here that 0.382 on fib might be a bouncing point for us. Okay, we'll look at the hourly here and kind of confirm that. Let's go ahead and just enable this here. Because a lot of times when you see Fibonacci retracement levels. The common characteristical retracement level, let's actually make this a little cleaner for you so we can kind of see it a little better, is again 0.5, 0.618. Those are the really common characteristics. In other words, we already identified we had a previous resistance turn support at 0.5. So 146, as a close approximate, 146,000, if you will, is essentially that area in which we want to consider adding to our position. Okay, so the likelihood of the price bouncing off that level if it comes back. Emphasis on the word if. We don't know that truly. 0.382 is also a common characteristic. So a lot of times what people will do, and I do this myself a lot, is I will dollar cost average into my position, even a leveraged position, and I'll take 33%, 33%, 33%. And I'll continue to add to my position with the likelihood of the price action bouncing on one of these three levels. Worst case scenario, it comes down to 0.618. We get an average fill at 0.5. The price comes up here. We're instantly in profit once we recover to this area. Again, those are just some little strategies that I teach in my university, but more importantly, things that I utilize day in and day out in my personal trading. Okay, again, coincidentally, I share those trades with my community members. But again, different strokes for different folks. A lot of our traders will use larger leverage. I only recommend 5x to 10x leverage tops. You're a newer trader, even less, maybe even just paper trade for a while until you get your feet wet. It's important not to just try to see excessive gains right away, because that's where you get trapped, right? You kind of assume that you're going to get wins all over the place. It doesn't always happen. Anyways, long story short here, everything looking pretty strong on the day hourly. Let's quickly confirm with the Ichimoku cloud where we're at. Conversion lines above the baseline, we're in good shape there. The lagging span is free and clear. We got about 24 to 36 hours of continuation before the price pulls back. Or no, sorry, let me clarify. Not before it pulls back, before we have to consider closing our long position. Okay, so even if the price pulls back here and does one of these, for example, we're going to see the lagging span be free and clear, even still coming up on that level. Okay, again, just some little things to kind of think about there. We also got the cloud, which is just a series of moving averages, hanging out right there at 0.5, between 0.5 and 0.382. So all three of these factors are extremely important, letting us know you have a long position open, you leave it open, and if you're considering a short, shame on you. I'm kidding. You can short all you want. In fact, if you shorted from here, you're probably doing pretty well. And congrats if you did that. I just prefer not to short in situations like this where there's bullish uptrends consistently happening day in and day out. It makes no sense. Unless you're an athlete swimmer and you like to swim upstream all the time, you have no reason to consider doing so with BONK. Okay, or any other coin for that matter. A lot of coins, yes, they're pulling back, but they're more likely to increase than they are to decrease. Okay, just some things to think about. Friendly advice I like to kind of impart to you free of charge. All right, all you can do for me to help reciprocate is hit that like button down below, and obviously you want to jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, or Discord, be a free member there. By all means, do so. And if you want to consider premium, it's all good too. Be sure to check that out if you're curious. All the information is linked down below. Last thing that's important too, and this is a rampant issue with a lot of exchanges right now with US regulations and all that. If you're in the US, Canada, other countries where VPN is required or KYC is required, check out this exchange. They are a phenomenal exchange, $5,500 in benefit rewards if you use my link to register. And we also have trading competitions, as well as they have multiple profit targets and trailing stop losses, things you don't see on other exchanges. Really, really cool. Again, I have a little walkthrough here on our Bitunix section within our Discord. If you're curious about that, be sure to check that out. Of course, we're going to continue to add to that as we grow with the community and, of course, the exchange. But I greatly appreciate you watching and hope you learned something here today. Thanks again. We're looking forward to hearing your feedback. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you soon. Take care.